Hello everyone, it's Deidre. Thank you so much for joining me for yet another video. Now, today I want to answer a question that I have been asked so many times. Is Cuba really worth the trip? Now, I want to go ahead and show you guys all the great things, but also speak about some of the challenges as well. So if you are interested, please go ahead and stick around. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for sticking around for this video. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscription button. Now, this is my second trip to Havana, and I should let you guys know that Havana is like a city frozen in time. The first thing you'll notice is the beautiful architecture, the colonial buildings, the cobblestone street. All of this gives Havana a feeling of you just being in a living museum, and I loved it. Now, this time I was fortunate enough to have a tour guide go ahead and give me some historical details on one of the most famous churches in Havana, and its history is as beautiful as the building itself.
That first parish mayor church stayed on this same location, okay? But it was like a wooden church. And on those times, we were also frequently attacked by pirates and buccaneers. On 1555, Havana was attacked by an evil French pirate named Jacques de Sor, who affected Havana a lot, but at the same time, it affected that church a lot too. So the governor of the Pope asked to demolish it, and they asked to build on the same location, the governor's palace, 1791. Okay?
And they kept the bells.
Exactly. You can just imagine, after the construction of this beautiful building, the square became then the army square. It was a military square where the Spanish army used to make most of their military exercises on colonial times. Nowadays, this beautiful building, it's the museum of the city, where you can find everything relationship about the history from colonial times. Okay. And on the beginnings of the foundation of the square, it was then well known as the square of the church.
The square of the church. Okay.
Exactly. Okay.
And it started out as a wooden church.
Okay. Exactly, lady. Okay.
Right.
It must move where you can still find Cathedral Church at the Cathedral Square behind us. Okay.
Okay.
On the other side.
Oh, it's really beautiful.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. From this beautiful place passed 65 Spanish governors, 5 of the first Cuban Republic presidents. It worked like that until 1920, and on 1968 it became the museum of the city.
Wow.
Really, really interesting.
65 presidents.
Exactly.
Wow.
Spanish.
Oh, 65
governors.
Spanish
Yeah,
governors. Okay.
And the wooden street was made like this to avoid the noise of the carriages.
Okay.
This, the wife of one of those general captains who lived in here, she was stored by this to take her nap comfortable at noon. You can just imagine.
Yeah,
that
so
she was a very local woman. Her husband said then, happy wife and happy life. And that's
Yes.
why he has to
Wooden.
make them- Exactly.
Don't want to disturb his wife.
Exactly. It was made like this about 1834, 1838. And the
Okay.
wood, of course, is not the original one. It affected a lot because of the rain, because of the pedestrians, and like this. But next to us, that side of the street, those are still original cobblestones, still from colonial times. That side there. Okay? And the street next to us is the main commercial street in Havana, Obispo Commercial Street. Obispo in English means a bishop.
Okay.
That yellow building in front of us used to be the bishop's house on colonial times, where lived the first bishop in Havana, Espada Bishop. He used to take a walk on this street almost every afternoon, almost till the end of the street, when you can still find Floridita restaurant bar. And at noon, he crossed also this side, this part of the street to come to the church to offer a Catholic Mass. And that's why the street became then the Bishop Street.
Okay.
The
Very
main
interesting.
pedestrian street in Havana.
Okay. Really nice.
This area is really, really interesting for all of us. Over
So
here
the
took
tour would
place the first
start here?
Catholic mass in town. Yeah,
The tour would start here.
exactly.
Okay.
Square of the foundation of Havana on November 16, 1519, 540 years ago.
Okay.
Havana was a seventh and last village founded by Spaniards and Cuba. Okay, and it took place right here. So it's a pretty tight for you.
And then there is the music. Almost everywhere you go in Havana, you're treated to the sounds of live Cuban bands. Take a listen. And from the musicians, it brings me to another aspect of what I really like about Cuba, and that's the people. The people are so warm, and it's so easy to go ahead and strike up conversations with
What's your name,
them.
lady?
Dejan.
Michael Jordan, nice to meet you. See, 1, 2 blocks. This is the restaurant, the KD.
They are genuinely friendly and they will go ahead and be super helpful. Like, they will go ahead and not only give you the directions, they will go ahead and carry you to the places that you're asking about. And I really like that. I mean, there are aspects where persons will be asking for things. And I think you'll find that anywhere. But overall, the people felt very warm and very friendly. And I really liked that. I really got a genuine feeling from most of the people that I interacted with in Cuba.
Okay, okay. No, no, no. Oh, see?
You live here in the hotel or house particular?
Airbnb.
Airbnb.
Yeah.
It's good because you help people in Cuba did it, okay?
Yeah.
In Chacón o en Ola Habana o Center Habana?
All Havana.
Ola Habana. Good because Cuba complex is self, pero Ola Habana is very, very self. Very self. You know what you're looking for? Can I help you?
No, we just going that way.
Here.
Yes, yes.
Very different from the first time.
You come back Cuba, I recommend to you money, cash.
See?
Yeah, I recommend to you.
There's also this sense of safety that you feel while you're walking the streets, and it doesn't matter which street you are on. I also really like that I found that children were always just playing sports all around, and it just gave me this feeling of togetherness, and I really like that. So all of that just alludes to the great atmosphere that comes from the people. With that being said, though, we have to speak about the challenges. And Cuba, like any other country, will have challenges, and you may face some of those challenges. One of those challenges is people asking for money. So you may encounter locals once they realize that you're a tourist. They may outrightly ask you for money, or they may come and tell you a story to go ahead and try to get money. There's also shortages of certain items, and you have to be aware of that. So you want to pack your toiletries and stuff like that just in case. Additionally, as you know, the Wi-Fi situation, but overall, the challenges can never outweigh all the great things that comes from Havana. I truly loved every moment that I spent in Havana, and I am planning another trip. But that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for staying tuned for my Havana series. Until next time, continue to stay safe.